I am Pat Lallum. I'm from Gardnerville, Nevada. I was lucky enough to lead the Sheldon National Wildlife cleanup crew this summer. A few years ago I had a tragedy in my family. My younger sister passed away, and it was very traumatic, to say the least. And a few good friends of mine decided, hey, we just need to get you out of town for a little while, let you clear your head, because things weren't going very well for me. You hear about stories, from old Native American tribes where they sent young men out into the wilderness with no supplies or anything like that, and they came back men. And it's almost the same sort of development. It was my friend and I were out in the Santa Rosa Mountains in Humboldt County, and I shot the buck, and he had to go a few miles back in the other direction to a truck. And this was my first time up in the Santa Rosa Mountains, and he said, just grab the deer and start walking that way, and there's a road, you'll find it. And it was a heck of a walk. It was about 5 or 6 miles, dragging a pretty big deer. And there were points in time where it was like, I don't know where I am, it's starting to get a little dark. I haven't heard anyone or any, gunshots or radio chatter or anything like that in quite a while. So it was a turning point. I either could leave the deer and just go and try to find my own way out, or I could stick with what I knew to do. And I ended up just keeping the buck and finally getting it to the trail and then to the road. And the whole party we were with came out and met us, and it was like a real celebratory moment, because they knew I'd never really been out there before and had never done anything like this. From there on out, I could do anything. I was invincible, and the wilderness wasn't, this big unknown. It was more of a companion. And every time I go into the wilderness, it's you learn something, you develop another skill or another trait, that positively affects you. So when it comes to our public lands that we have, especially here in Nevada, it's got to be a priority of every state resident to take care of what we have and what we've been given. You never know when yourself or your spouse or your son or daughter or cousin or family member or friend is going to need an escape, like I did. To deny those people this opportunity would be terrible. I'm firmly committed to protecting what we have here in the state with our public lands, and I hope everybody else feels the same way.